We are back and talking about another Philadelphia Phillies victory after a 13-3 victory Monday night against the Baltimore Orioles to kick off that three-game series. The Phillies got right back to action Tuesday night. At this time, they got this win 5-0 shutout over the Orioles. Already won this three-game series, going for the series sweep here Wednesday afternoon. If they don't get this win, it's all right. They still win the series 2-1, add another series win to their season total. That's all you try to do in Major League Baseball is win series. If you do that, then you are going to have a lot of success by the end of the season, be a good playoff team, and have yourself set up in good position heading in to the postseason like the Phillies are right now. Now, they are going for the sweep here of the Orioles. Ranger Suarez, he is scheduled to pitch in Wednesday's afternoon's ball game here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, welcome into Phillies Daily, everybody. I'm your host, Mike Kennelly. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Phillies content right here on Phillies Daily. The Phillies didn't necessarily rely on their heavy hitters, their big boys, in that 5-0 shutout win over the Orioles in Game 2 of the series. Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, obviously bigger names. Trey Turner as well. JT Realmuto has been hot as of late at the plate throughout the last few weeks. But guys like Nick Castellanos, Brandon Marsh, Max Kepler, Bryson Stott, they all helped lift that Phillies to that 5-0 shutout win. And even Taiwan Walker on the mound, who started for the Phillies in that victory. First, Nick Castellanos, he hit a single in the second inning, and then Brandon Marsh right after hit an RBI double to drive in Castellanos, gave the Phillies an early 1-0 lead over the Orioles. Nick Castellanos now has improved his hitting streak to 6 games with that single in the second inning. He's been hot as of late. Brandon Marsh as well has been very hot as of late. As I just mentioned, he had that RBI double to give the Phillies the early 1-0 lead over the Orioles. He also hit a solo home run in the 8th inning to give the Phillies that 5-0 lead. Sat down Joan Duran there. He was warming up in the bullpen, was thinking about going into the ballgame. Rob Thompson was deciding if it was still a 4-0 lead for the Phillies. That home run sat him down, and the closer didn't have to come in. The Phillies opted for Max Lazar instead, which is honestly good because these other guys need work, and really, you don't want your closer pitching every single game. That means you're playing tight ball games, still obviously in the place to win, but you'd rather not have your closer go out there, pitch too often, and blow out your arm or just pitch every day. So, good thing there for the Phillies, even though it's fun to watch Duran come out. He's electric. His entrance is awesome at Citizens Bank Park. Nonetheless, Brandon Marsh very hot at the plate for the Phillies. Those 2 hits in that ball game, in that win over the Orioles. He was hitless in 29 at-bats back in April. Fans wanted him gone. They were done with him. Even I was done with Brandon Marsh. He was way too inconsistent, struggling at the plate, especially going back to last year as well. Just wasn't the guy the Phillies thought they were trading for back when they acquired him a few years ago from the Los Angeles Angels. But honestly, he has been very hot for the Phillies. He had a .298 batting average in May after that hitless month of April, a .324 batting average in June, and then a .271 batting average in July. He's now batting .433 since July 25th, including those 2 hits in Tuesday night's win over the Orioles. Not only is he batting well, hitting well recently, really for most of the season now all of a sudden, Brandon Marsh is also playing a very good outfielder, very good defender. He has a perfect fielding percentage in left field and right field here in 2025. He has just 2 errors in center field where he mostly has appeared in defensively for the Phillies this year in 2025. Has he been unfairly judged, unfairly criticized this season? Obviously, had that really rough start to the season back in April. Hitless in 29 at-bats. Inconsistent last year. Down numbers from the year before. A lot of people wanted him gone. Like I said, I was talking about maybe trading him, maybe getting rid of him, maybe moving on from him after this year. But Brandon Marsh is quietly, and not really quietly, having a very good season for the Phillies all of a sudden here. Hopefully he can stay hot, and hopefully yesterday's ball game just continues to keep that momentum going for Brandon Marsh. Another guy who's been struggling all season long, going back to last year as well, Bryson Stott. I had mentioned he got the job done for the Phillies in Tuesday night's win over the Orioles. He had an RBI triple in the 4th inning, gave the Phillies that 4-0 lead. He was 2 for 3 in that win over the Orioles. He is also batting very well. He has a .303 batting average going back to July 23rd now. Not as high as Brandon Marsh's since July 25th, that .433 batting average. But Bryson Stott, .303 after a very inconsistent and down year at the plate for him overall in 2025. Hopefully, he can keep it going too, build off this momentum he's had recently and stay hot, because when guys like Brandon Marsh, Bryson Stott, Max Kepler, even some of the other guys like JT Realmuto, Nick Castellanos are all going well at the plate, then this lineup is so much deeper, so much dangerous, so much more talented, and they are really unstoppable when all these guys are hitting well, and a lot of them are right now for the Phillies. Not only did these guys do well, the Phillies offense stayed hot after those 13 runs in the series opener Monday night. They had 10 hits and 5 runs in the Tuesday night's 5-0 victory over the Orioles. 3 players with multi-hit games for the Phillies: Brandon Marsh, Bryson Stott, and Max Kepler. Now, speaking of Max Kepler, we all know he has been a major disappointment for the Phillies after signing that 1-year contract this offseason. After spending a long time with the Minnesota Twins, the Phillies signed the veteran outfielder to try to be another power option in the outfield, but just hasn't been that guy consistently. Batting average very low. He does have some home runs, including a 2-run home run in the second inning in Tuesday night's 5-0 victory over the Orioles. Just cleared the right field wall right there in the first row, but nonetheless still a 2-run shot for Max Kepler. Gave the Phillies a 3-0 lead early in the second inning. He also had a double in the fourth inning, ended up scoring off of that Bryson Stott RBI triple. So 2 extra base hits for Max Kepler, a home run, a double, and he needed that because he has been struggling at the plate. As I said, batting average just about 200 for Max Kepler on the season. Just very tough year overall for him. Hopefully, that's a sign of good things to come here as we're in this final push of the regular season, these final 2 months of the regular season and into the playoffs. If he can start getting hot, or at least just hit more consistently, this lineup is just so much more dangerous for the Phillies, especially with a guy with like Max Kepler, who does have some pop in his bat, can be just a very dangerous guy in the middle to bottom of the lineup for the Phillies as we get into this playoff picture, playoff race, playoff hunt, playoff time, October baseball. Hopefully, as I said, Max Kepler just keeps it up and builds off of this 2 extra base hit performance over against the Baltimore Orioles. I did also mention Taiwan Walker was on the mound in that 5-0 shutout win over the Orioles Tuesday night. We all know Taiwan Walker has also been a disappointment overall since signing that 4-year, $72 million contract with the Phillies a few years ago. His first 2 years, especially last year in 2024, did not go as planned, struggling, just really not good performances out of Taiwan Walker, did not live up to those expectations. Having a very solid year both as a starter and as a reliever in the Phillies bullpen this year in 2025. And yesterday, he proved that again. Very good against the Orioles. He went 6 innings, allowed just 4 hits, no walks. Now, he did hit a batter, but 0 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and picked up the win with those 6 strong innings, 6 scoreless innings, I should say. He threw just 83 pitches, so he could have went a little deeper into the ball game. Rob Thompson opted to go to Orion Kirkring in the 7th inning rather than put Taiwan Walker back out there. But nonetheless, 6 strong innings by Taiwan Walker of scoreless baseball, 4 hits, no walks, just 1 hit by pitch. Great stuff out of Taiwan Walker. He now has a 3.53 ERA in 2025 between the starting rotation and his appearances in the bullpen. Very, very, very much better than last year in 2024. Significantly lower ERA. He had a 7.10 ERA last year between his starting rotation, where most of his appearance came, and the bullpen. 7.10 ERA last year, now a 3.53 ERA this year in 2025. Great turnaround by Taiwan Walker. He's getting the job done for the team. He's a tremendous team player, bouncing back and forth from the rotation and the bullpen, and just going out there and getting his work in, doing what he can to help his team win and keep his team in ball games. And we saw that, and he helped the Phillies earn that 5-0 victory over the Orioles Tuesday night. I did say as well, Orion Kirkring came in relief for Taiwan Walker to start that 7th inning. He went 3 up, 3 down, perfect 7th inning for Orion Kirkring in relief. 2 strikeouts for him. Matt Strahm, similar to Orion Kirkring, he came in the 8th inning. He's had his fair share of struggles as well in 2025, But Tuesday night's victory over the Orioles was definitely not a struggle for Matt Strahm. He also had a perfect 3-up, 3-down type of inning there in the 8th, 2 strikeouts as well. And then I did mention Duran was warming up in the bullpen if that game stayed 4-0. Brandon Marsh ended up hitting that solo shot to make it 5-0. He sat down. The Phillies ended up bringing Max Lazar in for the 9th inning. He did allow a leadoff single to start that 9th inning, but then recorded a strikeout, got a ground out, and then struck out the final batter to end the ball game. So he also had 2 strikeouts, allowed just the 1 base runner. So great performance out of the Phillies bullpen, which has been a weakness for them, obviously, all of 2025. Great stuff out of Kirkland, great stuff out of Strahm. The single by Lazar, but overall 2 strikeouts as well. Great stuff out of him to close out that ball game and help the Phillies win that one 5-0. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Phillies Daily. The Phillies are going for the sweep against the Orioles here on Wednesday afternoon. If they don't, they still win the series, but still, that's all you try to do is win ball games, win series, and the Phillies are doing just that, taking care of business. They have an off day on Thursday before going to Texas to take on the Rangers for a 3-game series starting on the road there. Again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Phillies content right here on Phillies Daily. As always, go Phils.